January 2024, I started the Gorilla Platoon, and since then, we're now filming this in August, I've achieved 80 transformations. Don't believe me? Go to the Instagram page and count each one individually. Now, there are 3 things I discovered across all of these 80 transformations that you will want to hear in order to actually achieve the physique that you desired. The first thing to understand is, how did you actually get to where you are right now? Because I guarantee you have never really sat down, looked, and asked yourself that question. And to put it very bluntly, and this is a quote I found from someone on the internet, a lot more wiser than me. Under peaceful conditions, the warlike man will attack himself. I believe it was Friedrich Nietzsche. Hopefully we've not butchered that. But it's a very, very powerful statement. Now, the reason it's called Gorilla Platoon is because actually it started out coaching men that were specifically in the military, just like me. And to be fair, it still is. It's easy. 60% of our cohort is made up of those types of people. And currently there is not really a drastic war at the minute. So what this means is, when a man like me or you does not have goals, does not have direction, does not have something hard as fuck that will challenge him, we will turn to vices. We will sit on our beds and we will fucking scroll. We will eat garbage. We will chase cheap dopamine. Even I, at this level now, if I find myself sat around, watch how quick it is until I start scrolling. Bad. Very, very bad. And I've been on this path of self-improvement for the longest period of time. Obviously, I don't do it first thing in the morning. I wake up fasted and I work. But however, later on in the day when my work's been done, my gym's been done, the tasks have been achieved, and I'm sat around, it's scary how quick the phone ends up coming out. So do you know what I do in that instant now? I stop, put the phone down, and I go, what would the best version of me do right now? And I get outside. Do you know what I do? I walk around, and I live in this beautiful town, small town in Mexico. There's loads of Latinas, and I'll go and I'll speak to them. And I'll come back with about 3 phone numbers because I walk around, I'm social, I say hello, and I speak to people. Versus sitting on my phone and scrolling. The best version of me is out socializing, keeping that skill sharp, keeping it tight. The worst version of me is led on my back, mincing, not doing anything. And that is just a very small portion of the day. Heaven forbid you don't have something that's going to take up the majority of your day. God knows that, because that small amount of scrolling, that's not good. Fucking right, that's not good. But if that is just a small amount, imagine I had all day. That would go from scrolling to like finding vices that are much deeper, much greater, and a lot more sinister than just scrolling on the phone. Heaven forbid. And this is how guys like me and you get so drastically out of shape. And how do I know this? Because I've seen 80 of them before. Every man's before photo is not a true representation of who they could be. It's not even a true representation of who they once were. They didn't come out the womb looking like this. They didn't look like that at 18, but they look like it today because they've succumbed to vices, because they've had too much free time and not enough hard, aggressive goal to be set. So we understand that the reason you look the way you do is because you are lacking ambition. You're lacking what you believe is capable for you. Why does this happen? This is actually a reflection of your current self-image, and this is what kind of makes this sinister, because you are not setting ambitious goals because of the way you see yourself, but the way you see yourself is a reflection of your level of ambition. So it's a perpetual cycle of garbage. Whereas I can tell you now on the other side, I'm constantly setting new goals, move to this place, try this place, speak to that person, do this, challenge this, do this. So even with the Gorilla Platoon, it was just like, get a shit ton of results year 1. Right now we're going to do photo shoots, and we did 2 photo shoots this year. Right now we're going to go and climb a volcano in Guatemala, again, which we've all done. The evidence is there on the Instagram page. And we're constantly setting new goals, new tasks, because as soon as you do one thing, you're like, well, I can do that. And this is now my new self-image. So now when I set another goal, it's like, well, of course I can achieve that because my level of ambition has massively increased, because here's the evidence to prove so. So we must break the mold for you right now and today. If you are sat there as a middle-aged man above 17% body fat, we need to have a stern word with yourself, because that is not acceptable for your level of ambition. Look at me when I tell you this. I am not special. I am a basic human being that left school with no grades, no qualifications, and had just done a paper round. There was nothing about me whatsoever, just a plain average kid with a good heart and a decent level of ambition. So then what I did was, at age 16, is I joined the British Army and I joined the parachute regiment. The fittest, the hardest one to get into. Because although I didn't have much going for me, I believed I was fairly fit and I actually thought I could achieve this. I knew it'd be hard, and I thought maybe I could fail, but I actually thought I could achieve at the same time. And that is the sweet spot that we need for you when you're setting your next goal. I want you to set something that you think you can do, but you also know that there's a good chance you could also fail it. Fast forward a few years, we got into the British Parachute Regiment. Nice. I then renewed that card, and I went to climb Kilimanjaro. This is the highest mountain in Africa, 5,685 meters. And I'd heard someone else go that I respected quite highly, and he said it was hard, and he was fit. He said he was getting nosebleeds and stuff going up. So I was like, right, this will be quite hard. Now, I was also naive and cheap at the time, so to do it in 5 days is cheaper than to do it in 7, which 7 is a better success rate than 5, but 5 was cheaper, and obviously I was like, just guy in the army would always save money, so I did it in a cheaper way. When I went to do that, I was like, I could fail this. This could be quite hard, but I also genuinely believe I will get to it. And I always visualized me stood at the top. And then as we were going through, I was like, oh shit, this actually is quite hard. You get no acclimatization at each level of altitude. And like, it went from first layer, it was all right. Second layer, lost appetite, bit of a headache. Third layer, blistering headache. Fourth layer, like couldn't sleep or anything. But then we got to the top. Photo to prove. So then again, we renewed the card. Could fail at it. Could definitely fail, but also I believe I could do it. So under these conditions, if you don't have a goal like that, no wonder you look the way you do. No wonder, because this is not who you need to be. You have the opportunity to be successful. It is not acceptable for you to be 17, 18, 19, 20, 30% body fat. It really is not as a man. You are limiting so much potential. Trust me when I say, when I walk down the street with my top off, you get many looks, you get many eyes. Do I do it for that reason? Fucking right I do, because that does levels for your confidence. Absolutely levels for your confidence. You can put on the fanciest shirt in the world. It doesn't matter. If you don't look like me and we walk down the street, I will get more looks than you. Is it about that? Yeah, it is. You might not agree with me, but I believe deep down, human beings, we want to be liked, we want to be in community, and we want to be attractive. Like, that's our deep inherent desire. So stop putting that away from yourself and like set the goal in order to get there. So to conclude the first point, the reason why guys look the way they do is because under no real challenge, you will attack yourself. You will scroll, you will eat garbage, you will drink beer, you will take drugs, you will fuck around, and you will not get to where you need to because no one is keeping you accountable and no one's telling you where you need to get to. So that's the first thing I discovered. The second thing I discovered, and this is probably just as important, if not more important than the first part. Your physique is a direct reflection of your mindset. How you see yourself is a direct reflection on your body. And this game of getting in shape, I always say this, and I've got 80 results to prove it, it is 80% mindset, 20% knowledge. Most of you know the knowledge. Most of you could find the knowledge out within seconds with ChatGPT. However, most of you are not in shape because that is not enough. The knowledge, it's needed, it's the tactics, it's to do specifics, fine. But your ability to actually execute and stick to the knowledge is the reason why you will get there in the first place. So your issue is not you lack knowledge, your issue is you lack integrity. You lack the ability to, when you say you're going to do something, you go and get it done. That's why you look the way you do, because you don't trust yourself. Because for the longest of time, you've said you'll do something and you've broken that promise. So we need to develop your integrity first. How do we do this? We can do this nice and basic. I want you to write down 3 things, put them in relation to the goal you're going to do, of course, but they want to be basic. If I want to get you to 10% body fat, I'm going to tell you to do 3 things for 30 days. That's 90 bits of data to show you have integrity. You're going to get up at the same time every day. You're going to drink 4 liters of water, and you're going to do 10,000 steps. That's it. When we spoke about gym, cardio, nutrition, none of that. You're just going to do the absolute basics. Because let's say you try now at the current version of you. You will try, you'll start for 2 weeks and you'll snap back to who you originally were because you don't believe you can because you haven't got the data to prove you have the integrity to yourself. Whereas we do this for 30 days, you get 90 bits of data. Who's more likely to stick to something over the longer term? The version of you with no data points or the version of you that actually has the data points to prove you are that individual? The answer is obvious, right? So we know why this will work. So we know we need to develop integrity for ourselves. We also need to develop consistency. We need to be someone that can do this daily, not someone that can do this when we're a little bit motivated, not someone that can do this in the start and then drop off, not someone that can drop off and then start again. We need to be someone that can do this consistently. You turn up each and every day. How do you do this? You don't see yourself as someone that's trying to get in shape. If you do, it will not work because you have your current self-image, your poor reflection of yourself that has not been able to do this so far. So you don't see yourself as you anymore. You see yourself as the athlete version of you. This is the 2.0 version of you, the better version of you, the guy that you're competing with. He is the guy that goes to bed on time. He is the guy that eats the food he said he was going to. He's the guy that pushed that extra rep out in the gym. He's the guy on your shoulder that's always trying to be better than you. You want to, in this very specific way, you want to write out who this guy actually is. And this is, honestly, when guys join the Gorilla Platoon, this is the first thing we make them do. We make them create the 2.0 version of them in a document format. It's a whole lecture within our onboarding process. So you will create that 2.0 version of you. You will get a picture of what you need to look like. You will circle 5 character traits of that individual that you need to be. You will then write a 24-hour period of that individual. Because then you know specifically, I need to live like this with these traits and mindsets to look like this. I need to be the guy first, then the physique will come to me second, rather than trying to focus on the physique first as your current version of you. This is the approach you want to take if you're going to get in shape. Otherwise, it won't work because your mindset is, I've tried this in the past, it's not worked for me. So it's not going to work for me again. So we must change your mindset first. We must change how you see yourself and your self-image. You need to, and this is what we do to our guys in the Gorilla Platoon, when we check in on a weekly, you need to believe that you are the best thing since sliced bread. You need to believe that whatever you set your mind to, you can do this. Because there is no benefit to you putting yourself down. People have put you down for the longest period of time. It didn't fucking help you. You put yourself down for the longest period of time. It didn't help you. Trust me when I say, I'm on your side. I know what gets results. You need to genuinely believe that you are the best thing since sliced bread and that it is coming to you. Because when you see yourself like that, what do you elevate? Your self-respect. The reason you look the way you do is because you have a lower self-respect for yourself. Because think about it, if you had a great self-respect, you would not sleep deprive yourself. You would not put empty calories and garbage into your body. You would not drink beer and other garbage. You would treat your body like a temple, you would treat it accordingly. Do you want to know how I treat my body? With 9 hours sleep, with nutrient-dense foods, with good quality training, with daily sunlight, with human connection. Why? Because I respect myself. Why do I respect myself? Because I've done the disciplines that many times that give me the evidence to show I am worthy of a self-respect. The same way, if you came to mow my garden and I said I would pay you at the end of doing it, it took you 4 hours to mow the garden, I was going to pay you X amount. After the 4 hours, you would want paying because that was the deal. You mow garden, I pay you. If I say, nope, not paying you anymore, you'd be like, no, yes, you fucking are paying me or I'll mow your head off. Because you've done the work, now you want the reward for it. If you've done the discipline for long enough, now you want the reward for it. You see the point here? You see how this now elevates your self-respect. When you've done the discipline for long enough, you respect yourself more. This is then forces you to continue doing it because you respect yourself more. So a lot of you, the reason you're not in shape is because you don't respect yourself. You're not consistent. You haven't got integrity for yourself. People online, these fitness YouTubers online will tell you, you need to eat in a calorie deficit and you need to eat 1 gram per pound of body weight protein. You must train your biceps like this. That advice is garbage because it's built on shaky foundations. You're not the guy that generally could execute it because you don't believe you can, because you haven't got the traits I've spoke about. This is why we get the results we do, because we fix your character traits first, we fix your mindset first, then the rest can follow suit. Because it goes like this, you will think certain thoughts, your thoughts will then be reflected into your habits will then reflect onto your body. If we don't fix that first, if we just try and fix habits first, it won't fucking work. Because you're trying to fix, they don't go together. You've got like your mindset that's not right, along with the habits which are right, but they kind of deconflict and it's, and you just end up going around in circles. And you make progress, come back, make progress, come back, make progress, come back. Because you're not living, they're not aligned together. The mindset and the habits need to be aligned. If they're not, you're not going to get in shape. This is why we fix the root cause first. We understand, why are you fat? Why do you abuse your body? Why do you have a so low sense of self-respect for yourself? We need to fix that first. We need to get you believing in yourself first, because I'm not special. The people at the top are not special. We are all human beings. We are all organisms. The only difference between the human beings at the top, me and you and them, is simply because They have different beliefs and standards for what they're okay with. A lot of you, your standard is your toilet seat right now is covered in piss stains. Your fingernails are long. You've not cut your hair in fucking 3 weeks because that's your standard. For people with higher standards, they will not let that happen. I get my hair cut every week. Specifically yesterday, just before we record for you, so we look fresh. I cut my fingernails every 3 days so they're clean because that's my standard. You need to have the same standard for yourself, the same higher standard. And when you have that higher standard for yourself, everything will come in alignment with that. So I can't stress this enough. Think of who you need to become first, then act in accordance with the guide, then you will get the thing second. The last thing I'm going to give you, and the last thing I discovered is, how you do one thing is how you do everything. And this is the beautiful thing about just getting in shape first. Because although it is not easy, it actually is very simple to get in shape. We attack, we fix the mindset first. The mindset is then reflecting the habits. The habits are the simple tactics and plans which everyone else gives you the basic advice for. That bit is simple. It is. We're not fucking doing brain surgery. We don't have to go to uni for 4 years to do this. This can be done as of today and the here and now. But when you start to live in accordance with this athlete lifestyle, how you do one thing is how you do everything. You will clean up your place. You will get rid of excess garbage, i.e. you'll delete the excess photos and notes page on your phone. You will go and clean out your house of like things you don't need anymore. You will clean out people that are taking up poor real estate in your life. And it spreads into all other areas. You will start to think, well, if I can get in shape, maybe I could actually level up the amount of money I have. Maybe I could level up the type of people I'm around. Maybe I could level up how I see myself, maybe my religion and my spirituality. And everything starts to perpetually move forward. Because why? You've raised your self-image, you've raised your sense of self. So you can't be really high in one thing and then think, I'm okay with really low in another. The two don't go together. You didn't work this hard to get to where you are without then being able to level up who you are over the full balanced part. This is why it starts off with physique development, but what this is really about is holistic self-improvement. It's about you leveling up all areas of your life to be the best, well-balanced version of you. So you can go and take on these challenges. So you can go and actually live life to the full. Because when you get all of this stuff actually in good order, not even to a very exceptional level, just to a baseline standard across all levels, you can actually start to think, well, I'm me for a reason, and there is only one of me, and I'm made up in a certain way, and I've got passions, and I've got interests, and I've got drive, and I've got intensity in certain areas which a lot of other people don't. You don't know this yet, but you could have been the next Elon Musk, but you're not because you've got a low sense of self-respect, you don't have any goals, and you're sat there consuming and like vicing it up. Like, whereas if we got everything else in good order first, we might have actually been able to see what you were truly capable of. Like if, to put this into real life terms, if when I was in the army, I just stayed in the army and then in my spare time, I didn't really pursue anything else. Fitness was like a thing I kind of just did for myself. Self-improvement wasn't really a thing I was into. I just scrolled, I gamed, I ate junk food. But I was just going to stay in the army and level up in that. And yeah, cool, that's nice. But then none of this would have been possible. We wouldn't have like the guerrilla platoon producing like literally decent level results week in, week out, taking our boys in and around the world, bringing people like us together to meet up, to go and take on mountains, to go and do photo shoots. Like none of this would have been a thing if I'd have just stayed where I was. So imagine this right now. Imagine what you could actually achieve if you park all of that, become a better version, level the playing field, and then start to actually think clearly and think, what am I good at? What do I like? And who do I want to help? Because I'm not special. I'm just a guy from the north of England. Started in the army, finished that, leveled up my ability to get results by working for a personal training company, and then just went all in on the guerrilla platoon. I'm not special. What I've done is very simple, but I've got a decent work ethic and I will work hard. But what I've done is it's not hard. Very, very simple. I just worked what I'm passionate at and I went all in on it. You can do the same, but it starts by getting in shape first. It starts by sorting yourself out first. So they are the 3 things I discovered from getting 80 results within the guerrilla platoon. If you want to come and be a part of us, if you want me to get the same standard of results, then there'll be a link in the description. Come join us on the inside. We turn up daily on YouTube, so I will see you tomorrow.